Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome to episode 7. We have some guests this week. It's the first Wednesday of the month, and that's when we're going to keep bringing in guests. And we have Bill and Abby here. Hi guys, welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. We'll get to know them a little bit more in a little bit. I do know I gave you guys some homework. I don't know if you tried it. Sex position of the week was the wheelbarrow. Did you guys get to try it?
Yeah, we did for about 20 seconds.
I think
20 seconds.
I feel like
We
might have tried a little longer.
We
but
couldn't get the angle right.
Did you
Well-
successfully?
Well, you go
Okay.
ahead.
I thought it felt really good, and we feel like we got it pretty good.
Wait, you
but like
successfully entered and then
Well,
got
yeah, we successfully have done it for about 20 seconds,
yeah.
but then after that we had had to stop.
It was more the fact that our dog was like, "Let me lick your face," because
Well, it
we have
wasn't-
no space
I
to
like
do
Not,
it.
not really that too, but
Was for me.
well, let's just say that she wasn't stable in the front half of her
It wasn't.
arms.
No.
So
It couldn't be.
So, like, with every thrust, it was just kind of hard to, like, keep her up while
Yeah.
making sure she wasn't, smacking her head into the floor. You're not very coordinated, hon, and you're not very strong in your arms. You're strong in your legs, don't get me wrong. I'm sure if there was other sex positions.
Now, when
We couldn't even.
we tried,
The
did
angle
you
we could
have
not
to
get right.
sit first in order to start?
I was bent
No,
over, like
yeah.
my hands were on the ground and bent over, and
He
Oh.
enter your legs.
Yeah, she
and
was...
he picked up my legs.
Yeah, she
And
was
to me,
already...
they
You enter and then pick
Picked
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We tried to
So we-
sit on the bed and.
You guys, we looked it up
What?
because we were telling everybody last week. We're like, I bet you could do the seated. It's actually just called. We found it. It's called the seated wheelbarrow.
yeah.
So, I'm like, oh. So we tried to do that first, and then him pick me up. But it's just we're
We
gonna
could
try
not
it
get the
again
angle
this
right.
week, and with our other sex position of the week, and report back. How was? Did you didn't try the Amazon, right?
No, there's
no,
no way.
no flexibility.
No
there.
way in
We haven't found
hell.
any couples where the guy is flexible enough.
No. I am very tight in my hamstrings, so with just the
Yeah.
fact of even just getting my own, like bending over to touch my own feet is
Yeah.
more than a challenge, let alone putting him behind my head and
Yeah.
having Abby fuck me.
Yeah, it's a difficult position.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk about how our week went first. We always like to let everyone know how our week went, and we'll ask you guys how yours went. The only thing I can really think of with our week is that we did not have power for about 48 hours, and that was just rough. I don't know, it wasn't too rough on our relationship. I mean, luckily we're close enough with my parents that we just stayed there with wanted air conditioning, but I messed up and had the door shut, so it became a sauna. So,
Yep.
but it was still
Yeah.
nice to have running water and lights.
Yeah.
Anything else for our week?
I don't know. One thing I noticed too is I kind of had like a fat week where I didn't work out quite as well and I didn't eat healthy like I tend to. And just I don't think it hurt our relationship really as much, but my attitude hasn't been as good this week because I'm just kind of like, whatever. I'm like getting
Yeah.
back into the swing of things next week. And I feel like our sex life struggles when I do that too because I'm not eating as healthy, so I'm not feeling as confident or feeling as healthy. And
Right.
I know we did it one time this week, and it was when we tried the wheelbarrow, and then we just did it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it struggled. Our sex position struggled,
Yeah.
our sex life struggled because of, I think, how I ate this week.
Yeah.
And just not being in the right mindset.
I was going to say, I worked out harder than I usually do, but it's been a rough week, I think, so on both of us. Here, let's remove the cat for a second.
I was saying,
She's gonna-
and that's why Abby laughed, not from your statement of rough sex life. It was just the fact that
You guys are having sex!
I didn't realize that's
just,
what
just
I
the fact that
You did laugh at like the perfect time. And it was
Cleo.
just because Cleo was rubbing up against
I
the
love the
mic.
cats.
Yeah.
They're just like, they do what they want. Like, I'm over here now.
Okay,
Yeah.
go
They're
put her
like-
away so we can cut
Go
this
put
out.
her away.
This is my life, and I do what I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cat motto.
All right, how did your guys' week go? We usually talk about how one is a couple, what you guys did, anything fun, exciting, anything bad, and how you made it through.
Well, kind of like I told Jeff earlier, our dog Bruce, I brought him down to Green Bay because it turns out he's going to need surgery.
What? I missed it. I didn't get this story.
Well, it was literally brought up like 2 minutes before the podcast started, but essentially, long story short, the ulna that wraps around his humerus, kind of in his elbow, that allows him to straighten and bend his elbow. Basically, there's a portion of that didn't form properly because he showed me an X-ray of it, and basically it's just a small little piece that should have fused with his forearm, but it didn't fuse properly. So the doctors say, well, now we have to, we got to get rid of that because it's gonna worsen his arthritis. He already has arthritis now.
Oh,
so.
so does Cade.
Yeah.
But it'll be okay, obviously he'll have the healing stage, but hey, our dog only has 3 legs, so he'll be okay.
He'll be fine.
And she's a German Shepherd, he'll be okay, keep him weight off that, it'll take him a little bit to get used to walking on 3 legs while it heals, but he'll be okay.
He reassured us. He reassured us.
But I'm sure that was hard on you, both of you too, do you guys handle things like that well together?
Well, I guess this kind of ties into our relationship. We literally had this discussion the other day. I'm the very logical one. I try not to let emotion dictate, the information I'm receiving. I try not to let it cloud, or I shouldn't say cloud my judgment, but have a huge impact on, what's going on in that moment. So I was very, distraught by this information when I heard about Bruce needing surgery, but part of me is like, okay, well, let's figure out, let's get all the information first before I start to jump to certain conclusions. So that was my thought process throughout the whole thing. And, I went in with a cool head. I came out with an even cooler head, cooler person. But yeah.
Looks like it's rubbing you the wrong way more, though. Yeah. I cried when I found out Cade had Lyme's disease.
And arthritis. You
no,
cried about the
I
arthritis.
didn't. I don't know if I cried about the Lyme's. I cried about the vet came out and I'm like, I know she's not dying, and it's something that they'll be fine to go through. But it was so hard for me because there are fur babies.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sad, and I was upset, about what's going on with Bruce and stuff. But I know he'll be okay and he'll fine. So.
Yeah. He'll be okay. We'll give him lots of treats.
Yeah. But I guess later in the week, it was just another typical week for me. Without going into too much detail, I work as a physical therapist assistant in a nursing home. So, I guess what kind of is on a normal day-to-day basis for me might not be like a normal day-to-day basis for everyone else. I guess kind of like what I was talking to, I'm not sure who exactly I was talking to about this, but especially with what's going on right now with COVID and basically just kind of people under this huge amount of stress, it really affects the people in the nursing home. So I just take it as it is. I go in, I try to help out the best I can, and I try not to let it take work home with me, but
because it can be hard on a relationship too.
Yeah, but I'm having a more difficult part with that, trying to manage it, but I try not to bring it back. I try to focus more on helping out with Abby to see if there's anything I can try to do, but I know there's some certain parts in there that I know I could definitely improve upon. I'm definitely not the world's perfect boyfriend, nor will I ever be, but...
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
So, we would like to know more about you guys.
If you guys want to... Abby, you're a little quiet over there. Do you want to tell us how you guys met?
We've known each other since middle school.
Yeah. I'll say, you want to...
How the relationship blossomed from middle school.
Well,
not really.
It definitely was not love at first sight. I can tell you that much because, middle school boy, you're only thinking with one thing and one thing only. Yeah, you're like boobies, but you want to take this one?
Pretty much, I don't know how to explain it. We were friends, and we dated each other's friends at one point through middle school and high school and stuff like that. So, and then he went, because he's older than me, he graduated, went to college, and then right when I was about to graduate, we touched base again, and then kind of been stuck since. And
you can tell she's very happy in the relationship.
We're stuck, right? That's where we're at.
So we're just kind of, haven't got rid of each other since.
So how many years would that make you guys for dating?
5 years now.
Okay.
So over 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you're longer than us.
Well,
We're married.
well, we know marriage is coming. It's just that with, like I
Ooh.
said, Bruce's surgery and
Everyone's got a different timeline, and
Mhm.
yeah,
when things happen at a certain time for a reason.
yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. Like marriage part. My parents
Yeah.
were been together. My parents didn't get married until I was 20.
Oh, really?
So- oh yeah.
Oh, no way.
And that's after
Wow.
having 3 biological children and adopting 2.
Oh,
wow,
So,
that's cool.
I didn't
yeah.
know you could adopt if you weren't
married?
legally either married or like.
Well, at that point, they might be declared once.
Yeah, it
you're-
was like legal. So like a long time ago, there was like the common law marriage
Okay.
thing
Yep.
and stuff like
I'm
that.
learning.
And then so they're like underneath that. Also helps that everyone like the judge and everyone and the social workers, everything like that knew my family. So
Doesn't
also
hurt.
Why my parents got into it because they're like,
Yeah.
hey,
We know.
you guys
how-
seem reasonable. Do
Yeah.
you want to take these kids?
Yeah, that's nice.
So no, yeah, so it's pretty fun.
Nice.
Right, so you've been together 5 years.
Mhm.
So we're always curious, like, because we handle disagreements differently than each other, and I'm still learning how to do a better job.
Right.
But how do you guys handle when you guys have like arguments or disagreements?
I'm the blow up everything in this moment and say things I regret. Bill is not a talk at all person. I will
Yeah.
ignore you and look like with angry eyes at you.
Well, it's just more of growing up, my family was more emphasized on don't speak in the moment when you know that emotion is running high, because there's going to be things that are going to be said you're going to regret. So when we get into an argument, I do have a tendency to kind of shut down. So I believe it was Dexter and Summer. I think they said. I think Dexter said he was kind of along the same line. Essentially, I'm exactly the same way. Where I unload and load the dishwasher. I try to pick up some stuff in the bathroom, so when Abby and I go in there, we're not tripping over stuff or stuff in the bedroom. I'm kind of exactly the same way as regards to that.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of the times when it is us having a spat, it's definitely just with me not opening up a whole lot. I was just raised to don't focus on my problems. You can help out other people, focus on their problems. So that's kind of my tendency, or at least how I see it. But I know it's not exactly the healthiest, and Abby is helping me open up more. And this week we had to me it seemed like a pretty good heart to heart, at least with me opening up. But that's just my perspective.
Yeah, it was.
Process.
Yeah,
So I'm ready for the next part.
as are we.
Yeah. So tell us about your sex life. Part of the reason, like, we're just very interested in your sex life and different stuff you guys partake in, if you would like to share any of that.
Yeah, so as Jeff and Shelly know, we've been keeping you guys updated on this, but for the listeners out there, Abby and I are swingers where
Woo.
we
I love the stories.
Me too.
For those of you who are good Christians and go by the Lord and don't know what swingers are, basically swingers are just people who either invite more people to join them, or on occasion have your partner or yourself go and play with other people, of course with the permission with your spouse. So we're more along the lines of having other people join us, and depending on who the person is, if we have a good relationship with them, sometimes we'll just have the guy join in for a devil's threesome, which is just 2 dudes for the woman, or vice versa. But yeah, so
He means like meet another girl
yeah
with him.
yeah no it's just
You're turning Jeff on.
yeah, it's just 3 dudes and myself. That's it. Just leave Abby out of it. But yeah, so
Someone probably was taking it that way.
so yeah we're
Hey, it's true.
So yeah, we're swingers, and so far with I think we've only had like one bad experience with swinging. I think it was I shouldn't say our very first time. It was the second
think it was, like, the second time.
with the couple that actually introduced us into it. Keeping it short, buddy of mine in college, drunk texted me one night. He's like, "Hey, do you want to, come over and have sex with my girlfriend with me and myself?" And no, actually it was a full-on swap, he said. And I said, "Well, only if we do the devil's threesome, like me and him and Abby." Because for like 3 months straight, I just had like these, I shouldn't say wet dreams, but basically had these sex dreams with me and another guy focusing on Abby.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, only if we do this. So,
Yeah. It's a good compromise.
Yeah, well,
I would say.
Yeah, well, we talked with the other couple about it, and it just ended up being a soft swap, which is basically just oral stuff, and it was a pretty fun night.
Yeah. The first
night was really fun. The second time wasn't not so much because they wanted to try to do separate rooms, so like separate play where it was me and the girl in one room and
Okay.
and Abby
Us,
and the other guy
yeah,
in another
me and the
room.
guy in the room.
Yeah, it was, from my experience, decent. It wasn't.
Oh, you did do that?
Yeah,
It was only for a little bit, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
wasn't any. Yeah, it was a decent time, I guess, but I know Abby didn't quite exactly have a good time. Because what did
Yeah.
you say? What would you say the issue was with him?
Just didn't really listen to what I was saying. I don't really like that.
Oh,
Like,
and you just
let's
kept
try-
going?
Yeah, I'm like, let's try something different. And he's like, nope.
No, it's
Ignore.
listen to the girl. She doesn't want that.
Yeah.
At that
Well, and I
point.
know you've said a lot of times too, it's really like, and I didn't really know I didn't know a lot about swinging, but how you said people are very open about, like, these are the rules, like ground rules,
Oh,
and people
yeah.
tend to be very
Oh, yeah.
respectful of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yep.
that they're respectful
Yeah.
of all the.
Well,
What do we call them? Theater parties?
Yeah, so for
If
any
you ever hear someone talking
Yeah.
about a theater party,
any
At
local,
least at our gym.
yeah, any local listeners. I mean, I know there's a few people I kind of told already, but any local listeners, if you know what I sound like and you hear me say, "Oh yeah, we're going to a theater party this weekend," it's Bill.
it's Bill. It's me, Bill.
So, but yeah, they, like 99% of the people we meet at these theater parties, yeah, they're super respectful, super nice. I mean, it's almost like, chatting, or like the beginning of a relationship, when you're starting to find out, what's okay to do, what's not okay to do, what are your interests. It's essentially like that, except you're with your spouse and you're talking to other people about it.
Yeah.
So, and for the most part, they're very respectful about it. There's one person that I know of on the top of my head that is a no-go, but we'll get to that as our funny sex
Okay.
story later.
All right.
Well, I know, and you've talked about your parties, and they sound like they're really fun, and like
They are.
Shirley and I have talked about going, but we do not.
We're just not.
We're not into sharing each other at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
We'd be more into like voyeuristic or like exhibitionism stuff.
So kind of like
What?
having
Like
people
Watching or
watch
have
you.
other people watch.
Yeah.
Like, watch
Yeah.
you guys, or you guys watch other people?
Kind
Maybe
of both.
both.
I think
I feel
starting
like
out
if
watching
we ever came to one of the parties, because we
or
even
came
talked
at
about
one of the parties.
that was terrible. That was our biggest thing we were talking about. I'm like, well, that we could just maybe do that, but like that's all I would ever want to do. I could never share him.
Because
Well,
I'm
yeah,
There's
honestly,
a lot of people that do that though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're more into like the
That's-
watching or be watched and stuff, and like knowing that, setting boundaries and stuff. That's kind of like, it's kind of a huge thing for us. Is that is
Yeah.
a very everyone's open, respectful,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and so that's a good thing.
Yeah, and it would make sense that I would maybe want that because I always tell him, like when we're. I don't know if I've shared this with people. When I've shared it with Jeff, obviously. When we're having sex and I see that the window's open, I get nervous sometimes, thinking because our walkway to our front door is our bedroom. Our bedroom window's right there,
Yeah.
and at first I get nervous. Like, what happens if someone walks
Walks
up?
by.
But then there's
But then
a
you're
part
like,
of,
oh, someone
but there's
could be
a
watching.
I know, but then there's a part of me like, do you like that? I'm just kidding. But no, really, I think about like if they're watching, I'm like, oh, maybe they think this looks hot, and it kind of turns me on.
Yeah.
Poor guy, I'm on top, just thinking someone's watching me and going, and he's just like, look, focus on me.
Well,
Yeah.
I could definitely say if you guys did want to partake to our theater parties. I know for surely, like, with the exhibition, I'm not even going to pronounce that word, but with just being watched,
Voyeurism?
with just being watched, I know a lot of people would be at least interested in watching, because...
I thought you were pointing at him. Be like,
Well, no, both.
thank
a
you.
lot
I'm
of people
flattered.
would be interested in you, Jeff, but Shelly,
Oh, no.
fuck your body.
I was going to bring up my next point. No, they would. I mean, for the most part, you, Shelly. I'm just
You'd
going
be
to be real.
alright.
No one wants to come. No one wants to come and watch the guy. It's like no one wants to watch the
True.
porn of the average guy. I mean, not saying you're an
I
average
don't
guy, Jeff.
even in porn. I mean, I don't watch. Nobody.
Right.
I don't think people watch it to watch the guy anyway.
That's
Well,
exactly.
And
they're
they're
girl.
more than average.
If you're
Yeah.
the girl, maybe.
They make me feel.
I don't know why I'm
less
saying
than
maybe. I
adequate.
watched the guy. I don't know why I'm saying maybe.
No, like that's what we noticed is that like for
I watch
you,
it for
Shelly,
the
yeah,
story.
people would be more than happy to watch you guys because I mean, not to
Well,
sound weird,
thanks,
but you guys
Spencer.
are an attractive couple.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
So speaking of turn-ons, so
Oh my God.
we've got-
Good segue.
What makes you win?
do you guys
Well, I
have?
mean, that,
So do you guys share turn-ons, or
that
like,
was
do you
the
have?
next question. What's your
like,
favorite?
what are your
What's your
turn-ons?
turn on?
I guess like
I'll have you take this one.
I feel like there's like I guess like I don't know.
I know there's probably a lot. Of
There's
different
a
ones,
lot,
Yeah.
but I guess like
What's
you
a
kind of
main
like
one?
what's like the sense.
Well, what's the one that kind of comes to your mind straight
comes.
Comes.
You laugh.
What's the one that like
I
right
say
away?
my boobs are like I'm really sensitive and stuff there, and so like he touches them, I'm like, okay, let's go.
You're like, all right.
Ever since she got hers pierced, you're more like that.
Yeah.
So I'm more
I didn't have
sensitive.
feeling in them before I got them pierced. So,
Are you happy with them?
oh my god, I love them.
And they're a
As you
turn
can
on for
see,
me,
I'm
so
sorry, I don't
it's
have
a
a-
win-win.
I never wear a
she's
bra anymore.
already
And I only wore a bra because I was like,
sensitive.
out of respect.
And it's awesome. Oh, sorry.
No, it doesn't matter to
I
me. I
have
could give
a
two
very small chest, and this is one of those tight shirts where it rounds my boobs fine, but you can definitely like see my nipples and they're pierced. But
There's a movement called Free the Nipple.
Jeff
It's okay.
allows me out in public with it. I mean,
Sorry
if
to
we were going
interrupt.
to a family function, it's not. I'll
I will,
wear
yeah.
a bra.
Don't want to get
Well,
turned
sorry,
on at the
yes.
family reunion.
Boobs, yes.
Yes.
Good turn on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like there's other stuff for you. That's
Does that turn you on though right away? I mean, you're probably turned on already if you're touching her boobs.
well, yeah.
It doesn't take much. You're like, ooh.
Are you hitting on her?
No, I would say for me, my biggest turn on, well, because I have several turn ons. If it's just us, my biggest turn on is definitely lingerie and self play with toys. And I don't,
Okay.
and I know her favorite is the clit stimulator on that, which I'll be honest, if I'm watching that, it's not really doing much for me because it's like, all right, there's really nothing. At least visually appealing from that. I mean, sure, yes, I get to see all the goodies down there, but
Just goodies.
but it's
I want
more,
the lights off at that point.
So,
Don't
I
look
mean,
at
there's
me.
nothing visually appealing right here.
well, I think it's just more along the lines
I
of
know what you mean.
yeah, like it's more for me. It's the insertion portion that really gets me going. So like if
Yeah.
she has like one of her favorite toys, without going into too much detail, is that it has a kind of a knot towards probably about halfway down the shaft. So it feels like a typical penis, but then right when you get halfway down the shaft, all of a sudden it kind of expands.
Ooh, you
So-
have to show me this.
Yeah,
I do like that one a lot.
yeah.
It's one
So
of my
so like
favorites.
seeing her play herself with that, for me that is a huge turn on.
I don't like just clit. I want to verify that. Like, I need to have some, but like, I also like
Yeah.
vaginal and clit stimulation, like simultaneously,
Yeah.
and like, or one or the other at a time.
What about a finger up there, up your butt too?
No.
No, okay,
Well,
sorry.
Well,
What? Me either. No.
Well, she's
No, it's like that's a lot of people like it. I just
she's slow.
Can't.
She you did tell me the other week that you wanted to
I'll try
slowly
it.
go back into it. Well, you've
Keyword
done it a few
slowly.
times.
Like pinky.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking
Lots
slowly.
of lube and pinky.
Well, I've done a pinky once, and you said
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
okay.
fine. I'm just saying, like, yeah, we gotta work back slow because like whole jab it
No,
up there,
we're gonna
and
have to get-
intentional.
Yeah, so
Oh.
yeah, because we're so.
Oh, yeah, you were one of our listener stories.
We're the
Yeah.
William story of the schoolgirl outfit and
yeah.
accidentally jamming it up her ass.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
It was painful.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
I bet,
cried.
because, like-
I actually
I bet.
cried. I cried. It was
I feel like it'd be difficult to
Well, when Jeff
accidentally,
and I
like,
do it, when
ooh.
we do it, he has to. I control his hips. Like my hands are on his hips, and I like pull and push.
And that to be a statue for a minute and just like
it
sit
takes
there and
it takes at least a minute or two, and I'll start like moving him faster and faster.
Kind of a
and
turn on too because I can't move at all. Like I have to sit there and then like
and I get
wait
a
before I can
stomach
do
ache
anything.
sometimes. It goes away, but he'll be like almost all the way in, and I have to stop him, and my stomach starts to like get into a big knot. It's probably not a good thing, guys, but I don't know.
Probably not.
So I have to let it like settle, and then I'm like, okay, we're good.
If you're feeling it all the way in your stomach, Jeff, how big are you?
No.
If listeners have listened to all of the episodes so far, they've learned he doesn't have a micro penis. He needs a foot longer dick for the Amazon, and he's hitting my stomach during anal. So there's a huge range that it could possibly be.
Yeah.
The mystery is. I feel like it's a joke now. It's like, how big is it?
How big is it really?
How big is it? You know, maybe in a couple
Bets
years,
will be
Guy
placed here shortly.
On our OnlyFans page, you can see it.
You can.
Which we don't have.
No, we don't have one of those, but maybe one day.
Maybe.
But not. Yeah, we won't show any body part.
Yeah.
I think I'll say this real quick. I think your ex, or who was it? You said someone would say that if you had an OnlyFans, they'd pay for it.
I've been told that multiple times by multiple people, so
Oh,
I
how
feel like that
much?
doesn't.
No,
Is that the one that, like, you post nudes on it?
No, well,
You can, right?
you can. It's
Can't
basically
anymore.
the inappropriate
Oh, you can't
version.
anymore?
Well, no, you can.
I thought you
We're
can't.
talking about MeWe.
Me.
I don't
No,
even know
they're
what
not
MeWe
there
is.
talking about OnlyFans.
That's what-
OnlyFans.
What's
Oh,
MeWe?
only. That's
That's-
something.
oh, I've
different.
never
Yeah,
heard
but
of
yeah, OnlyFans. Yeah, they came out that they're being heavily strict on adult content.
Oh.
But yes,
'Cause it's
normally
like,
you can make videos and post. Like people would pay for your content.
Yeah.
so
And
it's like Patreon. Have you heard of
What,
that?
for like
Yeah.
But-
adult?
but-
with
Yeah.
people
Theme
basically
things?
selling nude pictures of themselves. Well, or whatever they're doing. I know some
Or
people do
feet.
feet. Yeah. Yeah.
My feet wouldn't make money.
I like your face when you said or feet.
It's a thing.
I know.
In my job, you'd be surprised on how many people are like, "Wow, my account's been hacked." Like, well, maybe because you're spending $150 every week on OnlyFans.
The $500 for these feet pictures, they don't belong to me.
Like, yeah,
Don't put it on.
literally. Ooh,
Next on our list, what is your favorite sex position?
Doggy.
doggy.
Ooh, they match.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of, okay,
Let me tell the story.
I'm
You
gung
guys,
ho.
we were at the casino several hours prior to recording this,
Okay.
and the Olympics is on, and it's swimming, and they're doing breaststroke.
And Shelly goes, "Wait, isn't this
No, no.
How's
No.
breaststroke that hard? It's just like doggy style." And several people looked over at her as I go, like, "You mean doggy paddle?" Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I made the bartender's day. She was so happy. She told me, she's like, that made me so happy. I'm like, you're welcome. But yeah, I'm just like, breaststroke seems like the easiest stroke. I get it. It's hard,
not.
guys. I get it. I was in swimming too, so like I know what it is and everything.
Yeah.
But it is one of like it's the easier one to catch on to. I'm like, it's just in my mind I was saying like you might as well. I'm like I might as well just doggy paddle. And yeah,
Might
I
as well
said
doggy style.
I might
Yeah.
as well dog. And yeah, the couple next to me, I'm like, did you hear that? They're like, yep. They're like, their heads turned immediately. I'm like, all right, well, have a great
Yeah.
day, everybody. Now you know what we're thinking
Now they know
about.
Jeff and Shelly like doggy style.
Yeah. Well, I like that you guys matched up and they both said it at the same time,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, because if I had to choose between ass or tits, it's ass 100% of the time. And don't get me wrong, I love playing with big old boobies, but
I argumentally tell him he can't choose. If he's
no,
got, he
no,
has
I
access to
can
both.
I can easily choose between ass or tits, and for me, it's ass because there's so many more fun, playful things I can do, especially with doggy. Granted, I know it's not going up her butt, but sometimes I just like to
Yeah,
imagine
sometimes.
it is. It's
One
only
day,
sometimes.
just a little finger poke.
Just a little when she's not paying attention. She's
Like, boop.
Like a doorbell?
Ding dong. Ditch.
But yeah, doggy for sure. Just because, I mean, for you, what it seems like I hit the. I know
It
my
just
women
like gets
anatomy.
right up in there and it's good. It hits it.
I know you
Hits
two.
the wall.
I know you.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Sorry, my-
It's the wall.
Hits the wall.
I know
I-
you like that you can use a toy.
I like it because I can use. We don't use toys often. We're just kind of starting to. But after I've come, which is usually cowgirl, I like going into doggy style because something about I'm very you're very sensitive.
Yeah,
after you
way
come.
more sense. I agree
And
with
just
that.
the angle of doggy after that,
Yep.
Doggy paddle or style?
Well, if you're going like chest down, ass up, maybe doggy paddle. Like a little kid trying to learn the first time.
Oh my God.
I feel
Like,
like
let's not correlate kids.
yeah.
No kids.
Little kids swimming.
Sorry, swimming,
You see
guys.
little kids swimming.
We're getting shut down.
I feel like it would be better if they could like see the hand motions that are going on with this. You
Yeah,
know, like
she
that'd
was
be better.
swimming.
I
Yeah.
was swimming.
If anyone's curious,
Wow.
have 1-star reviews. They're talking about kids and sex.
We
no.
were not.
No.
We're not.
But yeah, doggy.
Very against that.
But yeah,
I'd hope so.
I would hope so. But yeah, yeah,
If not,
doggy,
adios.
doggy for sure, definitely.
All right, and then our last question for you before we'll have each one of you tell a sex story is, what is your wildest sex fantasy, that something you haven't done yet that you really want to?
Or even if it was that came true. I guess it wouldn't be a fantasy, though.
Yeah,
But you could have like continuous have it as a fantasy, like
Oh,
want to
could
keep
be.
doing it.
that's true.
You go ahead since you keep
No.
sidetracking yourself.
You go.
I think the one I really want to accomplish the most is a gangbang. Me participating, just for the end of it, at least for sure, because I know Abby really enjoys me participating a lot of the time. But for memory purposes, because sometimes I like to get pictures and videos of stuff happening, of course, with other parties' consent. For memory purposes, I would definitely like to have a gangbang of several BBCs if she would be up for it. Like one person for sure, which I think you would agree with me on. And hopefully he's listening from our swinger group, the Wild Orchids. Hopefully you guys are listening. I'm just going to go by his Facebook profile because it's under a hidden name. Is Blackberry T. It's not
He's
his
one of them.
yeah, it's not his real name. That's just
Oh, okay.
what he posts. But yeah, he is an awesome guy. He was super respectful, super nice. A lot of BBCs that we've met in the past seemed kind of cocky and just didn't really seem to give both of us the respect that one would expect.
Yeah.
But he was one of those where I would definitely invite him, and
There's a couple more, but I don't know what to like.
We don't want to give out the
Yeah,
names. I
like
get
get
it.
out their names
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Well, this shout out's
Because
for
they
you.
don't
You
have
guys, you know who
any
you are.
names.
yeah. Well, is his partner C?
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully you're listening too. We don't want to give out names for
You
privacy
guys are
reasons.
wanted.
Yeah.
You are one.
Well,
You're wanted.
They already know they're wanted. 'Cause
Yeah.
I already got a video of her giving him the good sloppy toppy while his girlfriend,
toppy.
his girlfriend or wife, his girlfriend or wife. I didn't see a ring, but I didn't want to make assumptions. But his girlfriend / wife was going down on her. So we know that we're interested in those
You guys
guys.
have some home video pornos.
Yeah, we got a
We
lot
probably
of
could
videos.
sell them and make money.
Yeah. But yeah, basically just a gangbang of like BBCs, because I know she enjoys it, even though she says she doesn't.
I've never said that.
That you don't enjoy it?
That I don't enjoy
Oh.
it.
Well, she makes it out to seem like it's not a big deal. I can whatever. But I know that when she sees Blackberry Tea at these parties, like her eyes light up like a fat kid in a candy store. She's like, ooh.
God.
She and
Why
don't
did
get me
he
wrong.
sound like Scooby Doo?
You really did.
That was good.
BBC. but yeah, I mean he's easily like every girl's wet dream. Like he's everything I wish I was.
You have to show me a picture later.
Oh yeah.
If that's if that's accessible.
Oh,
Acceptable?
Oh my God.
Accessible,
If that's
acceptable.
yeah. There's.
I can
Rewind,
access it and
rewind.
it's acceptable.
If that's acceptable.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, also accessible. Like, I mean, I'd have to search for it. But not
I
really.
got-
There you go.
it.
Yeah. If it's
I
if
got
you
it on
have
my
to look
phone.
in a private group and like I shouldn't be seeing it, don't show me.
No,
That's right.
I got videos.
Is
Oh,
that
okay.
Abby's fantasy as well? Or do you have your
One
own?
of them.
Or is it...
Do you want to share one of your others?
Is
I
it
guess-
Bill with a group
Oh.
of BBC?
Well,
No.
No, okay.
yeah, I just be off to the side. I'm like the sad like pool
not
cleaner
getting
off
names.
to the side. Like, Damn.
Why didn't I get invited?
Is it my turn yet?
Is it my?
Yes. We're done when we say we're done.
So Abby, what's
Sorry,
one
we
of yours?
interrupted you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guess I don't know if I like really have like a particular fantasy. I feel like I just wouldn't be opposed to trying everything like once.
Well, you did say
Anal, here we come.
Well,
I know I want to try it
I
like
know,
one
I
time.
know.
It's just like
Yeah.
gotta work my body up.
But
for
I get
that.
it. You're like, I just want try everything once. So you
Yeah.
Start
tried
with
it.
plugs.
Yeah, we have some.
we
We have
okay.
one.
plugs. Yeah, but
He bought one and it was like ginormous.
Yeah,
I
you
was
need a
like,
smaller one.
Oh, are you talking about the cattail?
no.
no.
Oh, okay, because that thing
Well, no,
was...
that was
Those
like
are
a dead
girls'
tail. That was like a
arms.
devil
Yeah.
tail.
Oh,
they
those
had.
are
Yeah,
Devil's
devil's
tail.
tail. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that one's a little big for
that
me.
one was big.
Oh, it's big.
What? It is.
Well, I know you said back to trying new stuff because I know you said you also wanted to try, like girl on girl play with like a strap on.
Oh, 100%.
Because with
That's what I'm saying. Like I want to try everything like once.
well, I mean, you did do that once with Blackberry T's girlfriend. I'm assuming. Again, I didn't see a
Yeah.
ring. We were kind of
Yeah.
occupied. Yeah, but I know
That
you
was
tried
very
that.
good.
Yeah, that was nice. It was more than nice. But I know you
Coming
said
back for you.
yeah. I know you said you wanted to try it again, like just you two specifically.
Yeah, I would be opposed to that.
And then you're the pool boy in the corner.
Yes.
The sad pool boy.
I feel like, we've talked about like different things, like what to try and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily say like I want to like all of it all right away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Fulfill your fantasies over time.
yes.
You don't want them all to be gone, and then you have no fantasy to live up to.
Yeah.
Then you,
exactly.
then you're
Also-
living Shelly's life.
Also, like, also, I feel like for fantasy wise though, like I want Bill to always be there for them though, because like
Yeah.
this may sound horrible, but nobody can do it like he can.
Mm-hmm.
So like
No, I
everyone
get
else is
it.
fantastic also, but like
Well, he knows you.
Yes.
He knows your
You
body.
hear that, Wild Orchid? She can't get enough of this 2-inch Punisher.
there's gonna be so many people like, oh my god, stop.
Like, oh my god, he's so right. It is 2 inches. I've seen it.
Shut up.
Yeah, so that's it for
Oh,
fantasies,
that's
I
sweet
guess.
though. She ended her fantasy sweet.
No,
Oh,
you need to stop.
I like almost teared up a little.
Yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
thought you were trying to make a bachelor and bachelorette like
That's what I was gonna
like
How far
reference,
did
and
you?
I'm like,
I know. How
why?
far did you go in the fantasy suite?
Yeah.
All the way.
All the way.
No, I don't know.
No.
All right.
I'll shake my head at that.
And then if you guys both want to share, so we're not going to do any sex stories this week. Jeff and I aren't going to share any because we have a lot of stories already from you guys from your parties. But
Yeah.
we would love if you guys could share some particular ones.
Or
Anything
even just
funny,
even
awkward,
one
Well,
even
yeah.
just one.
stands out.
It wasn't well because this was our first house party that we go to, so we're basically on this website. I took us off there now because we don't really need to use it anymore. But basically, it's Tinder for swingers, basically, and we
That's
get
fun.
Yeah, there was a lot of interesting people on there, and we would get invited from this older couple and under their fake names as well, Rami and Ivan. We would get invites from them all the time because we knew someone, and they said, "Yeah, come on down to our house party in, Wisconsin Dells. They're really fun." And yeah, first time we went there, I think it was in like the middle of February, and yeah, for the most part, it was very fun. We were there for I think it was like a couple hours in, and they had this hot tub, and they're like, "Yeah, it's clothing optional." Those were keys.
No, it wasn't. It was
Drop
pen.
the keys.
That
No, the pen.
I'm sad.
But yeah, so it was a couple hours in. They had a hot tub. They said clothing was optional, so we're like, "Fuck it, we
no
might
clothes.
as we're like, fuck it, we might as well." So we got buck ass naked. We got in, and a few other people joined us. The bodyguard there, his name Rob, he joined us. He was super cool, and I think that was Brooks BBC, at least with us being in lifestyle that night. But we were talking with Rob, and we're like, yeah, we want to see if this hits off well, maybe have him kind of join us, see where it goes. And then this other guy, probably in his mid 40s, he joins the hot tub with us. We're like, okay, whatever, we'll chit chat with him. But he kept reaching over and trying to touch Abby's knee under like the water.
And I was like, so it was me and then Bill next to me. And this guy just, like, keeps coming over, and he, like, grabs my knee, and I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. So I, like, move closer to Bill, and, like, the guy just, like, keeps reaching over, and, like, I don't mean visibly, you can, like, see him across the way, like, reaching across the hot
like
tub
leaning
to touch
towards
me.
Abby, yeah.
And I was like, this is just weird. So then eventually I, like, sit up on Bill's lap,
Yeah.
and the guy tries to do it again.
Yeah, so
my
hold
God.
on, no, it
Just
gets better.
stop.
So I think he managed to do it once with Abby on my lap. She kind of
Yeah.
scooted a little bit more, and he tried to do it again, but this time he touched my leg, and I just thought, I'm not going to say anything. Maybe he'll find a surprise he wasn't looking for. So yeah, he kept going up. And I think once he got to like mid thigh, I mean, by no means am
Like,
I.
wow, she should shave.
Well,
He doesn't have that. I mean,
I think
yes.
it's more of.
Well, you're built well.
Well, I
probably could feel.
Well, I think
Like-
that's what he was, because like with between me and Abby, you can easily tell that with
I'm way
she's
thicker than him.
thick with like 4
He's like,
C's.
don't let me say it.
Well,
4 C's. Whoa.
well,
throat chop.
yeah. Like when we go
Right?
to these events, they're like, damn, she's thick with like 4 C's. But yeah, eventually, yeah, he gets like halfway up, and he could tell he's like, okay, this is not a normal woman thigh. What's going
This
on?
isn't the same thigh I was
It's
feeling.
feeling
5 other
2 seconds
times.
ago, yeah. So I looked him in the eye, and I just lifted up my leg with his hand still on my leg. And I was like, look, I'm not really into this, but hell, it's a swinger party. Let's see where this goes. And he just immediately takes his hand away. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought that was your girlfriend. And I remember just saying,
I know you're
Hey.
at a swinger party, but in my mind, I'm like, and that makes it better. But
Exactly,
you're
yeah.
But still, no,
Clearly
no,
didn't
no, no,
want
no,
you
no.
to keep trying to
Technically,
touch
no.
her.
Like, we did not give him permission. So,
Yeah,
yes, it's
that's
the same
true.
thing. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
he's like the one feud that we've found.
Are you talking
that
about
we're just like,
my girlfriend that has inched closer onto my lap every time you keep trying to touch her? That one?
Yep.
Yeah.
And any wild orchids out there that are going to the event this September, that's one of our biggest pet peeves, is that if you come up
Not
and start
much
handling, Abby's boobs or her ass, yeah, you're gonna get on our shit list pretty damn quick.
Ass first.
pretty much.
Yeah, and just respect if we say no. If we say no, it's just
Yeah.
part of our preference. But that was our first swinger party that I'll always remember.
It was also the middle of February, so when I got out of the hot tub, I went to go stand up, but I like slipped on ice and I fell, and then I had a huge
Bla-
bruise all across my leg, my
But
back,
Rob-
because I like
Rob-
hit it so hard.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
felt really bad, but
was sore
then
the next day, too.
but then Rob, the
He like helped me out.
BBC, yeah, he held her and called her. He's like, "You okay, baby?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, baby, you okay?" I'm like, "Don't mind me.
It's cute.
Rob's taking care of you." But yeah, he was a cool guy. But yeah, that was our first swinger party that will always be in my mind, of just this random 40-year-old trucker dude just
Yeah.
feeling me up.
Thanks.
Which is weird.
Thanks, guy. I like this.
Everybody wants you.
No, when we go to these parties, she's the focus. Again, I'm the pool boy in the corner that's just like, yeah, I'll be over here.
Yeah, but I thought like lonely, maybe not lonely, but in my mind, hotter older women hired the pool boy and then they slept with him. So
That-
you'll still get action.
You'll
There's-
still get action.
Yeah, there's only a few moms at these places where they actively kind of seek them out. I don't want to drop names, but I really hope they're listening. Big D and his wife.
Yeah.
They're from.
Love.
Yeah, let's just say her name is from a famous Rocky movie. I can't say anything beyond that, but
I don't get the
Or if you're
reference, so it
listening,
works.
they'll know.
Yeah. But-
I actually didn't know either until like we met them, and then he
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
said it all
Yeah.
the time.
So,
Oh, okay.
like, she's the one mom that will kind of like what you said will
She's like
actively
milf,
seek out.
like
Oh,
Really?
she is MILF
MILF.
levels.
Stepmom.
And I hope I'll call her Annie. Yeah, I'll call her Annie.
Only Annie I picture that's
Just a
famous
hard
is
nap,
like,
like-
yeah. Yeah, like, that's weird, but okay.
Well, Annie and Dan.
She does
Annie
not
and
look
Dan.
like that.
Yeah, no, thank God she doesn't, because yeah, she is like MILF status. But if Annie and Dan are listening, we're sad you guys can't come. And Annie,
So
you
sad.
you are MILF status. Just FYI. So
How sweet.
How
All
sweet.
right.
Abby, do you want to share a story? I know you were part of
You were
that
part of that
whole
story.
story. Do you guys want to add another one?
well, she can talk.
I feel like one, this has like affected both of us again in this situation. It was like a different party that we went to, and it was pretty much like a big group foreplay thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill and I were playing together. I was sitting on his face, and he
God.
was, you know, doing his job.
Just reading
Good
a
job.
book.
I was
Reading a book. Yeah,
I was
over
being a
the corner.
good Christian boy.
Anyways,
I was eating pussy.
Whoa.
I was like, he was going down under, but you know.
I like it.
Anyways, this like guy who's definitely was like 50 plus and like
Definitely.
could tell, and he like comes over and he starts trying to like kiss me and play with my boobs, and he's like naked, and like I'm standing in front of me, and as you can imagine, Bill is under
Like,
me.
My
And,
head's like right
the
underneath
guy's,
his
like,
dong. Is
his
like
dong's like
inches.
right next to his face, and you can just see him go, like twerking his head away, like
And I-
trying to get away from it.
And I couldn't get out because
Because like the
I
guy
had-
was like holding me, like pretty much like sitting, trying to play with me, and I'm on him. So like we're both uncomfortable because I'm like, no, like please stop.
Like, no,
Well, I
Bill,
think
you
I
keep
was-
going. You stop. No, Bill,
You
keep going. No, you stop. Like,
yeah. Well, she.
no, I was like,
I
we
think-
need to stop.
Yeah,
well,
we're
I
done.
think I was more uncomfortable in that situation because.
You're not a fan of the balls and the really
I-
saggy balls in the face?
I am very comfortable.
I don't think anyone likes to be your teabag.
Well,
No, I
yeah,
don't think
like
so
I'm,
either.
I'm very comfortable with my sexuality. Like I can be in another room with another man, buck ass naked, as we're doing stuff to Abby. But when you got a dong like 2 inches away from my face without, well, even
Any
if you,
consent
yeah, even with, even
We're
with,
with consent.
for either
well,
party?
even with my consent, I would never allow it. But yeah, it's just the fact this dude just kind of came up and just started doing that without any consideration of possibly a second party member that was already occupied in that specific region. Yeah, it was not a fun time, but it's
It was
still
weird.
yeah, it sticks with us.
Then the
It
guy like
haunts
one
me.
left and everyone else left, and then we're like, okay,
We'll finish up.
we'll finish up because this is awkward.
yeah.
And that was like the one
Yeah,
thing is like we're like, oh, all these people watched us, and this guy just was weird. So yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your stories.
Yeah, thank you.
So our next part, we like to talk about like a date idea or gift idea. And this week is a double whammy. It's two birds with one stone. It's our Love is Art painting. It's our sex painting.
Yeah, and
Do
you
we
guys
have it in
have
our
seen that in
bedroom
your
wall?
bedroom.
I have.
So, well, actually, I thought about this while I was writing it down. Is we'll post it on our social media before the episode even comes out, and be like, listen to our next episode to see what this is. But yeah, so I think I bought it for Valentine's Day for you, but we didn't actually use it until our honeymoon.
Yeah.
But so you can go online, Love is Art. So it's more expensive. I think it was $70-something
But
without
it's
the
cool
frame.
because it's a date and
Yeah, so it's a date and a
You get something
gift
to
for
keep.
yourself. And so yeah, you pretty much pick they have
I think it's
their
worth the price.
yeah, I think it was worth it. You pick the colors you want from what they have. I mean, they had color combos that we had to pick from. They might have more now. You pick your canvas color, and when it comes in the mail, you have your 2 paint colors, your canvas. They give you this huge
It's like a clear carp.
tarp. Oh, they give you this huge tarp, and like it's way bigger than the canvas itself, so that you
Don't get
you
paint
can't
everywhere.
yeah you can't stay on the canvas. Your body's longer.
Yeah. And the
than it.
paint washes off really easy.
Yeah, and it comes with
off your
booties.
body.
It comes with booties, so you can make it to the shower afterwards. So you don't. So we did it at a hotel just in case we ruined something, which is.
Yeah. And
Could be
nothing
pricey,
stained or
but-
anything. It was awesome.
And we Jeff framed it for us, so you guys saw it in our bedroom. It just looks like an abstract painting.
Well, I didn't get a chance to see it because I feel
Don't
weird
think
walking
show
into
you.
you guys'
Like your
back
back room.
We'll show you.
Well, intermission. Go run to our bedroom really
Okay.
quick.
Really couldn't find a big enough canvas for you to slap
Yeah.
on
I barely.
Back from break from intermission.
intermission.
Love how that like it's a cute idea and I think it's like super awesome, but this dumbass would be like, you know what? Let's just rub my whole balls and dicks in it and
Yep.
then like
Let's see how many ball
stamp
prints
it.
we can make.
Yeah, he'd be like mushroom.
Shelly tried to do it with her boobs, but
Oh, I
So
definitely would do
there, I
that.
mean, there's a big flat spot where I'm like, that could have been me and my stomach and where my boobs are. Like, I'm surprised like there's not a handprint
No.
on there or anything because you do.
Yeah, I
we
didn't
roll,
see any handprints.
We roll around on it enough. Like
Yeah.
we put the paint on ourselves, so it's a very fun date because we put the paint on ourselves, on each other, and on the canvas because you're not you have to get it everywhere before you can really start rolling it.
And it goes well
rub.
for one of my turn-on / fantasies is I like body paint or
oil. He loves oil.
Anything I like that feeling. Well, just like the
slickness of it.
I
Yeah.
just can't. Ha.
like
Stop touching my boobs.
Yeah, anything like that.
But I bet, if you went online, you could find a paint that was skin
Non-toxic.
Yeah,
and,
non-toxic,
good for your
skin friendly. Get your own tarp set. I'm like, get your own tarp set up. I sound like you're about to murder somebody. Get your own tarp and canvas. But I really do think you could do it cheaper if you wanted. It was just nice because you knew it was good paint.
It was
and
nice.
They actually have a couple cool ones where it comes with words and it has tape on it. So once you're done and it's dry, you peel the paint or the tape off, and it has the words on it. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's our date idea / gift idea to each other. I use it. It was actually a Valentine's gift to Jeff, and I don't know why, but we didn't actually use it.
We might give it to a couple that we like.
No.
For their,
We have
we're not going to give them art painting.
Okay, I
Kit, the actual kit for a wedding gift.
No, there's a couple that came over, and he's like, "You guys made that for us." And
jokingly.
The white or fiance right now, she's just like, "No, we're not taking that." I'm just like, "Hey, it's good."
So,
No,
It's
but
good.
then
I
at their bridal shower, they're like, "Will you just?" He's just like, "Will you cut out just a piece of it and frame it for me?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah. So on a side note, what are pirates always after?
Booty hole.
Booty. Okay. So on that note, our sex position of the week.
I'm like, the segue.
Yeah, you guys like
his
that segue
is
tonight?
on-
They're good tonight.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. So sex position of the week you could do on that canvas. Another segue is
Treasure?
cross booty.
Cross
All right.
body.
And I'm gonna have Shelly explain it because the picture itself is just
Atrocious.
You're creating a perfect X or X.
What?
So the girl's
Oh,
laying
explain.
down, and then the guy is.
they're not quite perpendicular. They're at like a
So the
45-degree angle.
So if you cross your arms into an X,
You're gonna have to look at our picture.
Yeah.
You guys just go on to our social media to check out the sex position of the week. It looks like an X. But yeah, the girl's on the bottom and the guy's laying on top of her.
You probably could switch a little bit, I
And
think.
so pretty
You could
much
be on bottom.
you're doing missionary, except
At a
turn
weird
90
angle.
degrees and just lay flat.
Yeah, my penis don't bend that way.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of wall action.
We're not sure how it's going to
Yeah.
work yet. It
We'll
looked
try it.
interesting, but it was funny reading this description because it's like, you can spank him, or even if you want, use a paddle. It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna be
whatever
way
you
too
want.
distracted during this.
I love
But
it.
if you're like, let's say you're a guy that likes, like, I don't know, ass play on yourself
Right.
or spanking,
On your.
all four.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm not you
shoving.
spanking yourself. You're fingering
It
yourself.
sounded like you meant you were fingering your own ass while
The
in
guy's
me.
on top just spanking his own ass like, oh yeah, I'm a
I
dirty,
like it.
dirty boy.
Boy.
I do not do that, but now I'm.
So we expect
probably will
we expect
soon.
you guys to look at. We'll show you the photo after this, and I want to report how it went with you guys next week on our
Just
episode.
like any of our listeners, we want to hear how it goes for you. We're still waiting for a successful Amazon position.
Yeah, come on, guys. Someone's got to be out there.
Someone's gotta be flexible.
I really,
Yeah.
I really think it's going to be a girl.
think it's gonna be a
on-
lesbian couple.
I think it's going to be a lesbian couple with a strap on. Like, I feel like girl.
Or-
I know there's a flexible guy out there,
I have met guys that are really
but
flexible, but
I'm just like I
Well, our
think a
listeners
lesbian couple is going to be the one
and
who writes
friends
it.
have
Come on,
not been
come on, ladies, let us know.
flexible.
No.
And
I want a successful story.
I can see it. Well, yeah, lesbian.
You could be a
couple,
lot
I-
longer. We like if I was a lot longer, we would have reached. We keep coming back to the Amazon every week and how it
Yeah,
just
we
makes
do.
me
You guys,
not
come
be long
on.
enough.
If someone writes us in with a successful
flexible
story,
enough.
we'll stop talking about it. Maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not.
That's
Tell us
when
about
someone
it,
says
though,
they're
yeah.
successful, then you're gonna be like, so
my
this
God.
is super successful, guys.
Guys,
Tell us
it's
about it so we can quit talking about it.
All right. But with that, that's how we like to end with our sex position of the week. So thank you guys so much for
We
joining
would
us.
love
we really
to have you
appreciate it.
again.
maybe we'll have you back
Absolutely.
And like, we do have a party coming up in September.
Okay, you also tell us
so
about
maybe
that.
after the
And
party we'll have
maybe
you come
we'll-
back, and maybe you'll have some ass play to tell us.
And
about.
maybe we'll come to the party and have more stories to share.
Maybe.
Well, like I
They're
said,
pretty
'cause-
wild.
Yeah,
They're
'cause-
like good ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's true.
I think we fun just like to have the experience and being
yeah.
in somewhere where you're focusing
Even if
on
we
like
don't do anything,
sexuality
it's
and stuff. Like that's
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Like
It's a very free expressioning, like, environment. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
'Cause-
It's very free expressioning environment.
and like you
Yeah.
said too in the past, like we could be like, hey, we're gonna like Shelly and I are gonna excuse ourselves for a little bit.
yeah.
So we take care of ourselves
Yeah.
by ourselves.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah, and they're more than fine with that too,
Oh.
because we're definitely gonna be that couple that's gonna bring exotic toys. Like,
We
Yeah.
I want to say this real
Oh,
quick.
did you see it yet?
I saw the video.
I saw the
We
video.
saw the I
Of the-
showed her the
They
video
have a
of
fun
the
toy, guys.
you got.
So, for the wild orchids out there, yeah, it is a fuck machine that
Why
can
do you have a
insert.
really aggressive video
Because
of
I
it?
wanted to
Because
show.
I wanted. It was
Yeah, I
a
wanted
good
to show
video.
like how intense, like or I shouldn't say intense,
Please
but
tell
how
me once
fast.
you've used it on the. Have you used
Oh,
it
she
on the
has.
Kristen?
Yeah. Oh,
We
not
used-
in the super aggressive.
Oh, not
like
super
that.
aggressive.
'Cause
No.
that's like,
It's terrifying.
it is
With-
a little terrifying.
with
aggressive.
that-
Now imagine that in your ass.
Well,
No.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Well, and I'll post it for the wild orchids out there so they have an idea. But
Sorry guys, I
yeah,
can't
it's-
post this on our sites. I
No,
don't think
sorry.
Facebook. I don't think Facebook and Instagram would approve.
Yeah,
definitely not.
well, if there's any people out there that are interested, I mean, I'm sure there's some way we'll find you eventually.
Well, or write us at couplessutra@gmail.com
Oh, yeah.
and we can get you guys in touch.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for anyone who's interested in getting their feet wet or want to know more just about
Yeah.
sexual stuff, yeah,
we'll
we
get
can-
you guys in contact with Bill and Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Right. Remember, guys, everything we discussed is a try at your own risk. We are not responsible for any injuries. Yeah, we have to. Yeah, I know.
Disclosure.
Yeah, full
You pull a
disclosure.
muscle,
Yeah.
you
You
break
pull a
a
muscle.
penis.
It's not. Yeah, it's not our fault.
And our podcast comes out every Wednesday morning.
Social media, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Couples Sutra. And remember, that is couples with a K. Or you can email us at couplessutra@gmail.com. We did just get our YouTube uploaded. I'm still working on converting all of our audio to that. Hopefully it'll be there by the time you guys are listening to this. If it's not, it should be in the next week. Please email us your sex stories, sex positions, thoughts, issues you have questions on. Honestly, anything, just let us know. We really want to start sharing our listeners' stories rather than having to look them up. It would be fun to have some more personal stories to read for everybody. Other than that, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Thanks, and tell us if you have a successful Amazon.